everybody. Welcome to Oscars Week on Generation Gap. I'm your host, Gretchen, joined as always by my co-host, Tom.
And I'm Tom, joined as always by my co-host, Gretchen.
Welcome to, hopefully a recurring bit. We're going to start talking a little bit about the Oscars. I don't watch the award ceremonies, I'm not going to lie.
I don't either. It's been a long time. They have been really almost unwatchable.
I will occasionally, like in hindsight, I'll watch like a highlight if it's getting a lot of attention. But for the most part, me, like most of America, I feel like doesn't really pay a ton of attention. I'll check the lists occasionally to almost like March Madness, like checking to see if I won the bracket.
Yeah.
But for the most part,
I'm always curious to see what they're choosing, and 60% of what they're choosing I've never even heard of. I've certainly never seen.
There've been a couple big wins the last couple of years. Oppenheimer won big.
Well, I'm surprised.
Really?
I'm surprised at some of the choices.
Yeah.
Because now they have this sort of diversity clause where it has to have a certain amount of mixed race.
There's been a lot of changes over the years. Yeah. The Academy Awards started actually in the late 20s. 27, I think, was the first
29.
year. 29 was the first year.
Yep. But the films could have been from 27 or 28.
Okay. And so it's been going now for almost 100 years, which is a long time. They're considered the most prestigious awards in the film industry, and as of right now, we're less than a full week away from this year's Oscars. So,
although what's interesting is historically, a lot of times the Oscar winners, not a lot of times, but some of the Oscar winners don't really do much after that.
No.
You know, they get, especially supporting actor and actress. You know, they get this big win, and you think, like, wow, their career's going to really take off, and then you never hear from them again.
Except Jack Nicholson.
Except for Jack Nicholson, right, yeah.
And
but I think
Meryl
of, like,
Streep?
Marissa Tomei, you know. I mean, like, I'm talking about when they first win, just best supporting actor or actress, you know.
With that said, we decided instead of talking about the ones that are currently on the ballot, we're going to historically look back at the last... pretty much all of cinema.
Yeah.
And each of us have compiled a list of our picks for our favorite Best Picture winners historically.
Yep, the best Picture winners.
So there's probably
in our opinions.
Probably going to be a little bit of overlap here, I'm expecting. I think there's one I'm positive we overlapped on.
Yeah. I feel like it too. We haven't said it yet, but I feel like it might be.
We definitely have an overlap.
Yeah. It's going to be interesting.
It is going to be interesting. So, I'm going to have us go. I'm going to go. Mine are in order of chronological.
Yeah, mine are too.
Okay. All right.
Yeah. Started at the earliest. Want me to go first?
Yeah, why don't you go first?
Let's just get started. My first was, and still is, I think, one of the best. It Happened One Night.
Okay.
1934. It was also the first film to win the coveted Grand Slam of the Academy Awards, which means Best Actor, Best Actress, Best Director, Best Screenplay, and Best Picture. Only 3 films have ever done that. Do you know the 3 films besides that? Or the other 2? One of them we've done.
It's not Casablanca, is it?
No,
it's not.
No.
Cuckoo's Nest?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. And Silence of the Lambs.
Okay.
The Silence of the Lambs. Everyone always calls it Silence of the Lambs, and I even wrote it that way, but it's The Silence of the Lambs. We forget the article there.
Interesting.
Yeah. But those are the only 3 in cinema history, so almost 100 years of Academy Award history that won those 5 prestigious
That's a great
awards.
movie.
Yeah. What, It Happened One Night?
Yeah.
Oh, it's one of the best.
It's like the original rom-com.
It is, yeah. In fact, it was the first screwball comedy nominated for. It's considered the first screwball comedy, period. The first screwball comedy or romantic comedy even nominated for Best Picture.
Inspiration for Bugs Bunny, too.
Yes, I wrote that. I was going to mention that, yeah. Because there's a whole scene where Clark Gable's character, who's great, he's great in that film, is munching on a carrot as he's talking, and he's being kind of sarcastic. And the creators of Bugs Bunny love that. They incorporated that into Bugs Bunny. You really do see similarities. It's pretty funny.
That's cool.
Yeah. But I just think it's one of the best films. It still holds up well. The comedy, everything holds up well. The story is great. I just wrote this down because I thought this was funny. And all 3 of those films that have won that the Grand Slam, all 3 of those films have a scene where a character instructs another character to put or throw something in the basket. Isn't that funny?
Interesting.
Yeah. Obviously, the famous one from Cuckoo's Nest is with the chief when he's telling him to throw the ball in the basket. I forget the other 2, but it is interesting.
That's interesting.
And it wasn't a popular film. Like, even when it was first marketed, nobody wanted to be in it. And Clark Gable, the rumor is that when he showed up on the set the first day, he said, "Let's get this over with."
Oof.
Like they didn't think it was gonna be. They thought it was just gonna be another, like comedy and
Brutal.
nothing special. Myrna Loy turned it down. I forget some of the other actors. What's his name? George Brent maybe. But some big names. They just didn't want anything to do with it. And it ended up obviously being a really successful film.
My pick for the 30s is You Can't Take It With You.
Oh yeah.
So another Capra.
Yeah.
It won Best Picture. It also won Best Director for Frank Capra. This is kind of probably the newest Capra movie to me. I love his work. I love his body of work. You Can't Take It With You has some of my favorite of his regular players, James Stewart and Barrymore.
Yeah.
Lionel
Barrymore. Yeah.
And it's such a heart and soul movie. It's based off a stage play, and you can feel it. It feels a little stagey.
Yeah.
But
that sometimes works well.
Yeah, it does.
It's also, it doesn't move around a lot. It doesn't meander.
Yeah.
Not a lot of travelogue.
It's such a thesis statement for Capra's work, and there's so much heart in that film that is what the whole thesis of the film is. You can't take your wealth with you.
Right.
Love people while you can. Enjoy the life that you have while you have it.
It's a great message film, yeah.
It's fantastic. Good performances by everybody.
Yeah.
And
it's funny you said James Stewart. I meant to look it up and I didn't, but I was wondering, most films he's credited as James Stewart. Most people know him as Jimmy Stewart.
He didn't like Jimmy.
But I don't think, I don't know if any films actually credited him as Jimmy.
I don't think he liked Jimmy Stewart.
Yeah, I don't think he did either.
That.
It's funny, yeah.
I think he went by Slim to his friends in high school at least.
Yeah, I'm going to look that up. I'll have that answer some other time in the future, but I was curious about that.
I don't know.
You just reminded me.
My mom knew a lot about him. She has a book of his poetry.
Actually. Oh, really? Yeah. Yeah, he was some guy.
Yeah. He's from kind of our neck of the woods too.
Oh, all right. Yeah.
Pennsylvania.
Yeah. I was going to mention too, one other thing about I just thought this was interesting too. Can you believe Clark Gable, Walter Connolly, Alan Hale, father of the skipper on Gilligan's Island, and Ward Bond, they all appeared in It Happened One Night, and they all died when they were in their 50s.
Wow.
Yeah, you think about that. I mean, when I was a kid, they all seemed old, but then I think like, wow, I'm older than they are when they died now.
That's sobering.
Yeah, it is. It's very sobering. And I thought it was interesting, too, that it's called It Happened One Night, but it actually takes place over 4 nights. Gable and Lombard never share... not Lombard. Gable and Claudette Colbert never share a kiss in the film.
I didn't know that.
Also unusual for a screwball comedy like that. And it's the first film to feature a bride leaving her groom at the altar. Because that sort of became almost
that was a thing.
A trope, for films, yeah.
Runaway Bride.
But this was interesting. I thought Clark Gable gave away his Oscar to a little kid who had admired it.
I did hear that.
Yeah, and then Steven Spielberg actually brought it back years later.
Nice.
Yeah, it's kind of interesting, yeah. But yeah, great film. If you haven't seen it, highly recommend it. Clark Gable probably at his best, I think,
I don't like him in much, so I'll agree with you.
Do you like him in this?
I do like him in this.
Yeah.
I don't like him in Gone with the Wind.
Yeah, no, I did too. I liked him in that. I do like him. He's a man's man. He's charming. In fact, Gone with the Wind's a long film, and I thought I wish he was in it more because I liked every scene he was in. Whether you like his character or not, I liked the scenes he was in. They kind of perked up a little.
I'll take 100,000 James Stewarts over one Clark Gable.
Well, James Stewart's also great.
Yeah,
I can't argue with that. But we should probably do more in depth on that sometime.
Oh, definitely. We'll have to talk about it. I would like to do a Capra episode one
time. We should, yeah. He had some great films.
I have all his early work on DVD.
Yeah. So you have something from the 40s then?
I think we have the same one from the 40s.
I don't have anything from the 40s.
You have nothing? You don't have Casablanca?
Oh, I did, but I figured since we had done that already. Yeah, I didn't take any new notes or anything. Oh, you're right, of course, Casablanca. Yeah, it's written right here, yeah.
Casablanca wins for me. For the 40s. That.
Oh yeah, me too. Yeah.
I have such, and I talked about this at length when we did
that was our first premiere episode, right? Because we both think it's such a great film.
I love this movie so much. Yeah. So it won.
And it never gets tired. No. I've watched it I don't know how many times, and every time if it's on, if I happen to just start watching it, you get caught up in it again. Such a great story. Another one that wasn't really marketed well. Like it wasn't expected to be a big hit.
Yeah. Yeah. But it.
So if you're a screenwriter, just don't write anything that great, or don't expect it to be great, and it'll do really well.
It was nominated for quite a bit. It was nominated for Best Actor and Best Supporting Actor, neither of which they won.
Right.
They did win Best Screenplay. They won Best Director, and they won Best Motion Picture.
Right. And they should have won Best Screenplay. That's a great screenplay.
They were. I think 42 was a tough year.
Yeah.
There were a lot of good movies that came out that year.
It was.
They had.
Was that Mrs. Miniver that year too? I think.
I think that might have been the next.
Maybe it was the next. Yeah. There were a lot of great films in the 40s too.
Yeah, but this movie is one of those, like, I said in the premiere episode too, like, this movie is what solidified how much I loved movies.
Oh, right, right.
So this movie will always hold a huge place in my heart. I've gone to see it in theaters on re-release. I love this movie. Yeah. I never get tired of this movie.
Yeah, no. It is. It every time you watch it, you just get pulled right in again. Mm-hmm. I mean, you really, and you know how it's going to end. Mm-hmm. And I don't know if you're rooting for it to end differently.
I don't.
Yeah.
I think the
ending's
ending's
perfect. Ending. Yeah. It's really a perfect film.
It's a perfect movie. Yeah, it is a perfect movie.
It is, and there's very few you can say that about.
Mm-hmm. And I do think too, like,
cast is great.
This is one of the examples too of, like, back then, and there are actually several articles and videos that have discussed this at length, is the inverse popularity of Oscar movies as time goes on. In the 30s and 40s, the vast majority of
as time goes on.
Yeah, as time goes by. The vast majority of Best Picture winners back then were still in, like, the top 20 at least most successful movies that year.
Right.
That percentage starts to dwindle a little bit as the years go by.
Right.
So
that's for sure.
This will start sounding a little bit less familiar maybe as we keep going.
Right. I agree. Yeah.
Do you have a pick for the 50s?
I actually have two from the 50s.
Okay.
First one was from 1957. It's The Bridge on the River Kwai.
Okay.
Directed by David Lean, based on a story by Pierre Boulle, who had actually been a POW in Thailand. Mm-hmm. Pierre Boulle we mentioned because he also wrote Planet of the Apes.
Yep.
Pretty amazing. Didn't speak a word of English, by the way. And when he won the Oscar for this film, he couldn't accept the award in English.
Really?
Because it was actually written by guys who were blacklisted, the screenplay.
I didn't remember you mentioning that. Yeah.
It's got Jack Hawkins. It's got a great cast. William Holden.
Alec Guinness.
Alec Guinness is great in it. And Alec Guinness wanted to... He had been doing light comedies, as you remember, like some of those British comedies. And they were good ones. And he didn't really want to take on this role because he's kind of a bad guy. Mm-hmm. He starts off really, really well-intentioned, such a strong patriot, but then he kind of gets broken down because he gets obsessed with building this bridge. Mm-hmm. And the story, if you don't know it, is basically that he's tasked with, he's a POW, and so are all these other soldiers, and he's tasked with building a bridge for the enemy to make it easier for them to ship, prisoners and ammunition back and forth. And he gets so caught up with the building of the bridge and the perfection of it that he completely forgets what he's doing. He's helping the enemy. He's aiding and abetting the enemy. I just thought it was a great story. Of course, it has the famous Colonel Bogey March.
Yes.
That great song.
It's terrible.
Whistling.
I know that first from The Breakfast Club. Is that terrible?
Yeah, it's funny, right? Yeah. It's been used. It was used in a commercial for years. That's where I first heard it as a kid. And it is, it's loosely based on real characters, a real bridge. But just a great story. William Holden, I thought, he didn't get the Oscar there. I think he should have. And I feel it's almost like with Paul Newman getting the Oscar for The Color of Money.
The apology.
Yeah, it's an apology Oscar. Because William Holden did a lot of really good work. And then they gave it to him for Network, which was okay, but definitely not some of his best work.
They did that with James Stewart, though, in the Philadelphia Story to make up for Mr. Smith.
Yeah, right. But that wasn't that long.
No, it was a year after.
Yeah, there was a big body of work that I think William Holden could have won for, including like Sunset Boulevard even.
Yeah, that's true.
But he's great in this because he actually escapes, and then he kind of gets pulled back. He has to, but he's very reluctant to go back. But then he becomes completely obsessed. He becomes a real patriot, in fact, and he's willing to risk his life to destroy this bridge. They're tasked with destroying the bridge, and if you haven't seen it, I highly recommend it. It's a long film and it's a war film, but it's really, really a good film.
It's been a while. I know that I'm one of the people that thinks that 12 Angry Men should have won for 57, but I do think that it was a well-deserved win.
Yeah, it was a really good film. Yeah, and there was a lot of attention. They filmed it there. They used regular people to try to cut down on costs also too, which was smart. My other film from the 50s. Do you have any? You have one from the 50s.
I have one from the 50s. Is it 59?
Yeah, is it Ben-Hur?
It's Ben-Hur.
Yeah. Great film. How could you not include that? First film to win 11 Oscars.
Nominated for 12.
Right.
Yeah, the record tied with Titanic and Return of the King.
Right. So it took a long time before someone else won 11 Oscars. And it deserved every one. I mean, it's a great 100%. Film. I wanted to get a little bit into, maybe we should definitely do this another time.
Ben-Hur?
Yeah, full.
Yeah. It's going to be long.
Yeah, and it's a long film.
Yes.
With an intermission.
Yeah, it's like 4 hours, I think.
Yeah,
it's hefty.
Yeah, it's definitely long. But it's really, there's like so many different stages. He's, do you want to summarize the plot real quick, too?
Sure.
Yeah.
Judah Ben-Hur is a respected Jewish man living in Israel during the time of Rome's occupation in circa 30-ish AD.
Right, right.
So Judah Ben-Hur is friends with a Roman centurion who's become pretty powerful and is coming in.
And they're really good friends.
They're very good friends from childhood. Yeah. And Marsala asks Judah, kind of pressures him, give up the names of the zealots of your people. Judah Ben-Hur won't. So
he's such a principled character.
In retaliation, after a minor incident that gets blown out of proportion, Judah is imprisoned.
But that's a great scene too.
It is great. You can't pick out every great scene in this movie. You'll be here forever.
Because they're up on a roof and a piece of tile slips down. Right. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
It's the story. There's so much of a story here that's about revenge, because Judah spends years of his life now surviving on hatred alone.
Oh, yeah.
Trying
and
to get back.
He said. And in fact, the other guy says that to him later on, that your hatred kept you alive. He's put on a warship as a slave. Mm-hmm. And then there's so many great scenes, because that part alone, and of course,
really good too.
The chariot race, is
Judah survives his way into being considered in good graces with Rome, and then is eventually reinstated as a chariot racer back in Israel,
because they don't know that he's. Do they know? I don't think they know even that he's the Jewish.
I don't think they know.
At that point, he's almost like an adopted son.
He's an adopted. He knows. Right. He knows who he is. He knows. He's
he knows who he is, but I don't think they do at that point. Right.
It is, of course, the film that has the chariot race scene, which has been parodied and referenced and done to death. Thank you, George Lucas, for The Phantom Menace. I'll never forgive you. It's
what a scene.
But it's not the climax of the story.
No, it's really not. No.
The end of the story is Judah actually being heavily affected by Christ.
Right. Yeah.
Who is
in fact, the original book was called A Tale of the Christ.
Yeah. A huge influence throughout the film, and the movie ends more so with Judah's moving on.
Yeah, being transformed, really.
It's honestly,
and his mother and his sister, which was a great scene.
It's the best Charlton Heston's ever been.
Yeah, really was. Yeah,
it's a really good performance by him. Good performances on everybody. I think he won Best Actor.
He did. Yeah.
Well deserved.
Yeah.
Fantastic editing, costume design, cinematography. It's a huge movie, epic scale.
It really is. Yeah. If you can see it on the big screen. Did you say this coming
out? We're going,
Oh, yeah. So we're going to see it. Yeah.
Next, I think the end.
I've never seen it on the big screen.
It's going to be a lot of fun.
Yeah.
I'm excited.
And with the surround sound, oh my gosh,
Yeah, the chariot race that's going to be good.
Yeah. And I remember as a kid hearing that one of the guys who, I don't know if you ever heard this, and I may be wrong, but I remember reading as a kid that one of the charioteers, in fact, the guy who doubled as a stuntman, who doubled for Charlton Heston, actually died in that film. And they left it in the film, and that was controversial at the time. I read that. Yeah. I don't know if that was true, but it was definitely, circulating it when I was a kid. Mm-hmm. And if you watch that scene, the stuntman, when Charlton Heston's character falls and then he gets run over by the other horses, you can almost see that looks so real. And they didn't have the effects they had back then. So if it was a stuntman doing that, he had to be severely injured. Mm-hmm. And so I read at the time that they put a moratorium on, you couldn't do something like that and keep it in the film. Mm-hmm. Which would make sense, obviously.
Totally.
But that scene really, it is a climax.
Watch it for that.
Yeah, just for that alone. Yeah.
It took 5 weeks to film.
Wow. Yep. That scene, just the chariot scene.
Yeah.
Wow, that's amazing.
To film at $1 million. Wow. That's a lot of money on screen.
Really exhilarating. Yep. And like you said, the whole parallel with Christ as he happens to run across Christ in different scenes, and you never see his face, which I kind of liked the way they did that. Yeah. But you see his reaction to Christ.
Heavily affected.
Yeah, which was amazing. Yeah. And then he can't understand, like, I know this man. Remember when he sees him? Mm-hmm. And why are they doing this to him? He's shocked.
It's a really, really good movie.
Powerful.
There's a reason it won as many awards as it did.
Yeah. And what's funny? I didn't look this up recently. I meant to look it up. I forgot. But the book by Lew Wallace, who was the governor of New Mexico at one point. Yeah. He wrote Ben-Hur, A Tale of the Christ. Mm-hmm. And that was the best-selling novel in America.
I did hear that.
Until Gone with the Wind beat it. Yeah, I know. But I'm happy that the book like that did so well for so many years,
Definitely. Do you have a pick for the 60s?
Yeah, I do. I have, I think I have two from the 60s. I did want to mention Jack Hawkins. It's funny because Jack Hawkins is... he's also in Ben-Hur, and he was also in The Bridge on the River Kwai.
Oh.
Yeah, I just thought it's funny. I didn't even realize that when I was putting those films in. From the 60s, from 1961.
West Side Story?
Yes.
Me too.
You have it too?
No!
That's so funny. You know what's funny is that I have two from the '60s, and they're both musicals.
I know the other one is.
I know you.
I know you love it.
I know, yeah. And you don't, I don't think, right?
It's been a long time.
You got to give it a try. Give it another try. Yeah. So West Side Story. Yeah, I just think it's a great film, great musical. I mean, the songs are all great.
Mm-hmm. There's not
great
a single
story,
bad track.
Loosely based on Romeo and Juliet, but so much
heavily adapted.
Yeah, heavily adapted. Yeah, just the production, the dance numbers,
and it won. It won Best Supporting Actor, which was a choice.
Right.
Won Best Director. Actually, no, Best Supporting Actor and Best Supporting Actress I think were both really solid choices for this movie.
Right.
It won Best Screenplay, it won Best Art Direction, it was nominated for Best Screenplay. I lied. Won Best Art Direction, won Best Cinematography, Costume Design, Film Editing, Scoring, Sound, and Jerome Robbins got an honorary award for it.
Wow.
10 Academy Awards.
Yeah, I was going to say, so was it two directors that won? Or was Jerome Robbins just given an honorary award?
Given an honorary award.
Okay, yeah. Because I know he directed or choreographed or whatever, right?
Choreographed.
Yeah.
This is my favorite old Hollywood musical.
Yeah.
Full stop.
Even the color.
So it looks fantastic.
It does, yeah.
It looks like a set. It looks very stagey, but it's in a very charming, effective way. I adore how this movie looks.
Yeah. And again, the songs. You just can't say enough about the songs. I don't think there's really a bad song in the film.
No.
And they're all good. They're all sort of move the story along.
Mm-hmm.
My favorite is Officer Krupke, which is
I like that one a lot.
Showstopper to me.
America is my favorite.
Oh yeah, it's a great. Yeah, I mean, there's so many.
Yeah.
Even I Feel Pretty.
Okay, you know what? I skipped that one.
Oh, do you?
Yeah.
Oh, but it's cute.
It's
done well.
Rita Moreno is like the. She deserved that Oscar. She's fantastic.
She did. She's great. I know. I hate to. If I have one complaint, and I think you agree with me on this, it's Natalie Wood.
I don't like her in this. I also don't. It's terrible.
It's not even her singing, which is dubbed by Marnie Nixon.
Yeah.
But it's fine. Her vocals too. We laugh every time when she says, "Make it not be true."
I can't.
Oh, it's such a bad scene. That scene alone, I'm like, it's like cringeworthy.
She's trying.
I know she's trying, and I like her, and I give her an A for effort. But I don't know, it doesn't always work.
So this actually West Side Story is one of those movies that that's been remade. I don't think the remake won anything in the Oscars, but I really enjoy the remake as well.
Yeah.
I
didn't see the remake.
You should.
Yeah, I guess I should, but some movies I like so much that I don't really feel like it's even worth it.
I would do a lot for Steven Spielberg.
Because if it's not going to do better or it's not going to be better, I don't know if it can be.
The original West Side Story is a hard act to follow. That was back when musicals did win stuff like that, because like that hasn't happened in a long time.
No.
It's not Chicago.
But Chicago was well done too. Both based on stage plays too.
Yes,
but it's just so well done.
It's fantastic.
It should have won.
And it's still topical. A lot of the movies we've talked about are still topical. Casablanca is still kind of relevant.
Yeah.
I definitely think that West Side Story is still relevant.
Yeah. Yeah.
Fantastically done.
Yeah.
No notes.
And it was almost controversial at the time because
yes,
especially songs like Officer Krupke, when they talk about the parents.
Yeah.
The stuff that they were doing. It's kind of hard to believe. Early 1961.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and you barely blink and you hear that stuff and stuff. Now you're like, it's very mild compared to current.
Even when they want revenge,
Yeah.
The whole plot, the whole story there.
It's pretty bloodless for being a
it is bloodless, because it's done. Even when they're getting stabbed, they're almost dancing. Which has been spoofed also a lot.
The dance numbers are good. I do think that like one of my favorite sequences is the dance scene in the gym, which there's no songs, it's not lyrics.
Right.
It's just done really well.
Yeah, it is.
It's really good choreography, very talented.
In fact, it's funny. So my sons have done some jokes, which is really funny watching them like walking down the street like really tough, and then they start to go into a little bit of a dance move.
That's funny
because it's also you're like, wait, these are supposed to be
gangs.
It's a
great opener, yeah.
It is great, yeah, and it works, like you wouldn't think. All right, so we're gonna have this really tough gang, and then they're gonna start dancing, and just that premise alone, you're like, boy, are you kidding me?
There's a remake. There's a reason the remake doesn't do that.
Right, yeah, but they made it work in '61.
Yeah, they do.
It
does work.
Yeah, and it's very entertaining.
Tell me about your other 60s pick. I know what it is.
Yeah, it's Oliver. Yep. Which I'm telling you, it's a great. I think just the care paid to the set design alone. I mean, if you've ever read a Dickens novel or were ever forced to read a Dickens novel, it really comes to life in this film. The cobblestone streets, the early sort of Victorian London setting. and the child labor. I mean, just it's a deeper, much deeper film than the musical lets on, and you can kind of almost gloss over that. But I've seen it multiple times, and each time I'll look a little deeper into the story and into the even what they're showing, you know, the depictions, and you realize, wow, it's really what a tough life it must have been. And it's another film like West Side Story where I feel like every song, they were all written by I can't think of his name right now. It'll come to me, but I couldn't believe that the guy was only, I think he was in his 20s.
Wow.
I think maybe 29. Lionel Bart was his name.
Jeepers.
Yeah, and it sounds like an old man name, Lionel Bart. Oh. And when I looked it up, I was like, oh my God, he's got long hair. He looks like a mod, you know, like from the 60s back then. Yeah. And, but the songs are really, really great. You got to give them credit. I mean, because I even wondered, like, after reading Oliver Twist, thinking, how would you read a novel like this and then think, I'm going to insert a song here, and I'm going to insert another song here. Like, where did you come up with these songs? He's got, like, I'd Do Anything for You. Yeah. Great song. Food, Glorious Food.
I know that one.
They're all really good songs.
I saw Oliver and Company. Does that count?
Not quite as much, no.
It's got Billy Joel. That's pretty good.
I know it does. You're right. Yeah. And he's a great songwriter, but...
not the same.
No. And Oliver Reed is the villain in it. You know, and I don't even think he was nominated, but he's so good in it. He's like he looks like the typical Dickensian villain. You know, he's got that sort of crunched top hat, the beard with the sort of mutton chop look. It's just, he looks so evil, and he acts really well in it. One of his best performances. I can't say enough about Ron Moody, who really didn't do much. Another guy, you know, nominated. I'm not sure if he won. I should have looked into that, actually. Could you check that real quick? But Ron Moody as Fagin is so good in it, so likable, unlike the real Fagin from the original novel, who was, you know, it was certainly pretty clear he was a child molester. This guy's not in this film. But he has some of the best songs and some of the best the best parts in the film. Jack Wilde as the Artful Dodger, Mark Lester as the title Oliver Twist. Just a great cast, great depiction. And by the way, it's the first and only G-rated film to win the Best Picture award.
Are you serious?
Yeah, isn't that hard to believe?
I guess.
And G-rated films still, I don't know if anyone even cares about the ratings, but G-rated films still do phenomenal at the box office.
Is there anything rated G anymore?
I don't even know, right? Are there? Or is it just, what is it rated?
PG is usually rated, even for kids' movies.
But kids' movies, are they not even G anymore? I don't know.
PG. I don't know. I don't go to movies anymore.
Yeah, I'd have to check it out, because I still see a lot of kids' movies with Evelyn, but it's, like, I assume they're G.
A lot of what I go to
general audiences, like anyone can come in to see it, I assume.
So.
Yeah. Nothing like, that's questionable.
I think that predominantly it's PG anymore, PG-13. I haven't seen a G-rated movie.
But either way, kids' movies do really well.
Yes, they do.
And this movie's definitely, it's got some really heavy topics, obviously, but it's really well done. It was G-rated, and first and only to win the Best Picture. What do you have besides West Side Story? Anything else?
Nothing from the 60s.
Okay, so we're into the 70s.
You've got a handful from then, I think.
Yeah.
What year's your first one?
72?
Nope.
Oh, you didn't have that. I know you're not a big fan.
I don't like The Godfather.
I can't believe you don't like The Godfather. How'd you even know it was The Godfather? Maybe it was something else from 72.
No, I know you.
Yeah, well, of course, The Godfather from 72. Again, I just think it's a film that every time I see it, I feel like it feels like it was created with love. Even though the topic is obviously very hard. He put a lot of care into the film. It's well cast, well done. I mean, it's to me, it's a great film.
I think it's funny because we were just complaining about Marlon Brando before we started recording.
I know, and this was kind of the beginning of the end for me with him. I mean, he was starting to, but he fit the role.
Yeah, he was good.
He did. He fit it really well. Yeah, he did. And a lot of it was his own doing, like even stuffing his cheeks with cotton. He sort of inhabited the Godfather.
My youngest sister has never seen that movie.
Really?
Her Brando impression from this movie is kind of killer.
Oh, really?
It's so funny.
I'll have to see that sometime. That'll be funny. It's sort of iconic, his whole character. But if you watch it, I mean, it's a really, really great film.
It's iconic.
Even the effects for the blood, when there are bloody scenes, again, because it was early 70s, it wasn't really, there were still some questions about how much blood we can actually show. And if we show it, can it look real? And this was one of the first 70s films I saw where the blood was very real. Well, actually, I can't say that, because I think Bonnie and Clyde in 67 also, that looked very real too. But there was, like, if you look at Billy Jack, which was, early 70s too. The blood looks so fake in that. So maybe it was, I don't know, production or, not sure if it was censors necessarily.
No idea.
Yeah, I'm not sure what they can get away with, but
my coworker entered, I think, her son's wedding reception with her husband to the theme for this.
Oh yeah, yeah. That's another thing too. Is the music's great. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I think it's a perfect film.
I have to give it a try again one day.
Yeah, yeah. Maybe we can watch it together if they release it again. 72. I don't know when the
next year will be a 55th anniversary.
Oh, maybe. Yeah, because on the big screen, it's probably something you really need to see there. And the Godfather 2 was also good. And Godfather 3 I didn't see, I'll be honest. I haven't seen it.
I heard a lot of people say it was a fall off.
Yeah, I know. It looked like it was going to be to me. It was almost inevitable. I have the trilogy at home, but I've only watched one.
Really?
Or two. Yeah. Because you kind of have to have all three. But I still haven't I just don't feel motivated to watch it. I liked 1 and 2. But so what's your first from the 70s? You only have one from the 70s?
I have one from the 70s. And your next one's 75, right? Am I right?
No, believe it or not. It's
not.
I'm surprised you didn't put this one from 73.
Okay.
The Sting.
Nope.
No?
No.
Have you seen it?
I don't think so.
Give it a shot. It's a great film. It's the second and final pairing of Paul Newman and Robert Redford.
Yeah, I think we talked about it.
I wish they had done more. Yeah, I just think it's a great film. It's very entertaining. Mm-hmm. I mean, you start watching it, it's kind of hard to walk away from it. The music's great. Again, it's a timepiece, and I think they captured that really well. Mm-hmm. And I think it's a great story. Robert Shaw's great in it. He's the guy.
Robert Shaw?
No kidding? He's the guy they pull the Sting on.
I haven't seen that guy in anything but
Jaws. Oh, he's so good in it. Oh, that alone you should watch it for.
I'll have to.
Because you really don't like him.
In Jaws? No.
No, you really don't like him in The Sting.
Oh, really?
He's a really obnoxious guy, and you want them to pull the Sting on him so badly. And I won't even give anything away since you haven't seen it.
Okay.
But there are some. You don't exactly know how they're going to do it and how they're going to pull it off, but it's so elaborate and it works out so well that you got to see it.
I'll put it on the list.
Yeah, definitely watch it. It's a great film.
It's a
the
long
music,
list.
like I said, it's got The Entertainer in it, which was by Scott Joplin originally. It's great. I think it was done by Marvin Hamlish in the film. But great music, great costumes, great story, and great acting all the way around. A lot of faces you'd see in it, small parts that you'd say, oh wait, I remember this guy from something else or whatever. So I think we both are agreed on our next one, right? Is it 76? Yes,
Rocky.
Rocky, yes. How could you not include Rocky? Still one of the best feel-good movies ever.
This movie breaks my heart every time I watch it. We are from Pennsylvania, so we have to love this movie.
Yes, you have to. It's required, in fact, when you move here. Yeah, when you get your driver's license, they ask you, "Do you like Rocky?"
It won Best Picture, Director, and Editing.
Yep.
It didn't get screenplay. It was nominated for screenplay.
Should have won, I think. He wrote it himself.
Stallone.
Yeah.
It's such a personal movie. I think it's personal to him, and it's personal to me.
And I know there's been some controversy over Chuck Wepner, the Bayonne Bleeder, and I know he claims that Stallone stole it from him, and they did talk at some point. Stallone denies that, but it is very similar to his story. But it's one of those stories that is just great. You know what I mean?
It's iconic.
He's a nobody. He's chosen to go up against it was like Chuck Wepner was chosen to go up against Muhammad Ali. So it's kind of the same idea, And you just have to go the distance, which was the whole point,
This movie was in my life before I started loving movies. This movie is the reason behind. This is why I started weightlifting. This is why I'm in the career that I'm in. I owe this movie a lot.
Wow.
So every time I go back and I watch it, I've seen it so many times, and I feel the same level of anticipation and intensity every time I get to the end of that movie. I love this film. There's not a bad performance in it.
Yep. John Avildsen was the director. Bill Conti did the screenplay. The music. And it's funny because I had the album too as a kid. And I used to work out, of course.
My dad did too.
Yeah, with the music from this, especially "Gonna Fly Now," and I know it's funny when Sylvester Stallone, he wrote something on the jacket, for the album, and he says that when he first started to trust Bill Conti to put together this soundtrack for this movie, he didn't know what to expect, and then at the end he said he was so relieved. He said, "Of course, I should have known because Bill Conti's Italian."
That's funny.
Which I thought was pretty funny. Yeah, but Sylvester Stallone, really for his first starring role. He's great in it. Yeah.
And that kicked off his career.
Yeah, sure did. Yeah. Great. And I remember as a kid, I was probably 13 or 14 when I first saw it.
Really?
Yeah. And I remember walking around with a tennis ball in my hand, bouncing on the street. Yeah, I took on some of the mannerisms because it was just such a cool character,
I I mean, we have to talk about it at an actual episode dedicated to it at some point because
it needs more than just
a brief passing mention. There's a lot about this that I love, and it's.
And you even have Frank Stallone doing one of my favorite songs by him. Take
really?
It Back.
That's
do,
really?
Do, take it back. Yeah, that's him in his little street corner.
I didn't know that was him. I that's one of those movies that one of those scenes that just kind of like slides off of me when I watch it.
Yeah,
I don't spend a ton of time thinking
but it all
about
fits
Frank
that whole neighborhood, you know.
Yeah,
like and even a little girl there, like a lot of that, you know, and then how they all kind of support him, like, hey, Rock.
He's so human.
He is. I know.
And
that's why I kind of, even as a kid, especially I was entering my teen years when I saw it, and I just felt like, you know what can harm me? You know, like look at they're throwing at him, this poor guy. You know, nothing's going well for him, and people really treat him like he's an idiot. They really do, even his so-called friends. And if you're like, what can the world throw at me that I can't handle? Yeah, he really does. Yeah.
This is the one. Rocky is the role that I point to. And people say Stallone can't act. Yeah, he can.
Oh, yeah.
That's a character.
Yeah, it is a character, and people. That was almost a downside for him was that people couldn't dissociate him from Rocky.
That happened. That's happened to a lot of people who got like you get really big with an iconic role. It happened to Mr. T to some degree.
Right, yeah, and it does, and you can see why. I mean, that's because he inhabited that role so well.
Yeah.
You know, but he's played so many different roles. You know, really when you think about it. But he's inhabited all of them. Other people think he's Rambo because he played that so well. But he's actually an intellectual. I don't know if I
like listening to him talk about.
Yeah, and I think I told you this. I read a book by him before Rocky came out, and I didn't know who he was, of course, until when Rocky came out. I was like, well, this guy writes books too. Good writer.
I think he did a commentary on something that I heard parts of one time. I like listening to him talk. He's interesting.
Yeah. He's something.
Are you done with the 70s?
I am actually.
Do you have anything on tap for the 80s?
On the 80s, I don't.
I have Platoon.
Oh, Platoon, right? Yeah, that's a good one, right? But I figured I did Bridge on the River Kwai. I had one war film in there. But Platoon was also very good.
Platoon was the last of Oliver Stone's movies that I watched.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It won Best Picture. It won Best Director.
Yeah.
It won Best Editing, Best Sound, and that's all it won for the Academy. They nominated Willem Dafoe and Tom Berenger for Best Supporting
They were
Actor,
both really good.
But they didn't win.
Yeah.
They're both phenomenal.
They really are.
They're the part that I remember of that movie.
And Tom Berenger doesn't get.
No.
He didn't have many. Like that, again, the Oscar. You know, not that he won, but his role in that film didn't really lead to many bigger roles. You know what I mean?
No.
He did some other roles which I really liked him in, but nothing as big.
Mostly what I remember him from, besides this, was I remember him from The Big Chill and Eddie in the Cruisers. That's what I remember him from.
Yeah.
That's it.
He was in. I just had it and I lost it. I think it was with Mimi Rogers. He's a private eye.
I can't help you.
Yeah, and he's watching over her. It might have been called Somebody to Watch Over Me, something like that.
Maybe.
Kind of a romantic crime drama, but he was really good in that. And that was not long after this because he was kind of a little bit hot, you know, for a while, but it faded quickly. But a great film.
Platoon is timely. That was during the period where everybody started to be able to actually talk about the Vietnam War in a really
open way.
Yes, in film. And Oliver Stone was like the guy he talked about it the most.
Right.
Or at least the most famously.
Right.
And I've seen a lot of his movies. He was, I think, his, I totally lost. Born on the 4th of July was nominated in '89, but this is only one of his that won for this decade.
Right.
It's a very, I think, I don't want to say clear-eyed because nothing's clear-eyed really, but a really hard look at a really tough time
gritty.
period. Gritty is a good word.
Yeah.
And there's some images and some.
He knew what he wanted to tell.
Exactly. You know? And nobody's really like fully a good person in that movie, which I remember like sticking with me. It's not a movie I have a huge personal relationship with, but of the films in the 80s that won for Best Picture, this is like one of the ones I'm like, no, I remember this one. This one stuck with me for a long time.
Yeah, I agree with you. I was really, in the 80s too, and 70s, I was really into the Vietnam films and the whole culture. You know, I had a lot of books on it and read a lot. But I think this film was very personal to Oliver Stone. I think he set out to say what he wanted to say and everything about the war. You know, he did Born on the 4th of July also, of course, but I think this was more of the whole war itself.
I respect him a lot for what
And I think you're right, because Tom Berenger, you don't like him, but then you realize he's probably what you might have needed, you know. And then Willem Dafoe also, you know.
He's amazing.
Right, he's amazing. He's great in that, yeah. But not 100% likable either, you know.
No, he's got rough edges too.
Right, yeah. And I think you kind of needed that in order to survive, you know. So you can look at both, and on reflection, you're like, yeah, I know, but he was right also in a way, you know. But you have to be imperfect. in an imperfect world.
That's really good. Yeah.
Yeah, really well done.
Do you have anything on for the 90s?
I do.
What year?
Should I tell you? I'm going to tell you.
Is yours after 92?
It is.
Okay.
What about you?
Mine is 92.
Is 92?
Yeah.
Mine's 95.
95.
Braveheart.
Oh, right.
Yeah,
right.
yeah. I loved Braveheart. I saw it. I couldn't even wait until it opened. I lived in New Jersey at the time. I couldn't even wait for it to open in New Jersey. I saw it in New York.
Really?
Which I've never done before, but I really wanted to see this. My heritage is Irish, and this was a Scottish film, but there would be no Scots without the Irish. That's what the Irish always say. So I really was into the story. I wanted to see more about it. I have my own Braveheart sword and shield at home. By
That's
the way.
cool.
Yeah, yeah. So I actually took my kids.
Oh my gosh.
They were like 4 years old.
No.
I know, but I almost felt in my mind it's like a documentary. Like even though it's very bloody,
no,
it's real. Like this is what happened. I felt like I'm not going to shield them from historical.
So you just traumatized them.
I did, yes, and they're still traumatized by it.
Nice.
No, but they still laugh about it. They'll say, "Do you know my dad took me to see Braveheart when I was 4?"
That's insane.
But I love this film. I love the music. When Mel Gibson was great in it, although he was way too old to play the role.
Yeah.
And that sometimes is obvious, I thought, which I didn't like, unfortunately. I wish he had done it when he was a little younger. But
he was busy doing Mad Max.
Yeah, he was. That would have been the age for him to play Braveheart. But it's a great story, if you're not familiar with it, the true story of William Wallace. And it really does follow a lot of the, at least as far as we know,
historical accuracy.
The historical accuracy, yeah. It was the only really depiction of it was by a guy named Blind Harry, I think, or something like that.
Interesting.
Yeah, and but I liked the first line in his story. The original story was that after something happened, it says that's when William Wallace raised his head, and I thought that's a cool way to introduce somebody from history.
That is cool, yeah.
Yeah,
I like that.
That's when he sort of came to prominence, and it's a great film, really well done. So now I'm curious. So what do you have?
Unforgiven.
Oh, how did I? Yeah. That's a great film. In fact, I was just talking about that recently, too. I love that film.
So it won Best Picture, it won Best Director, and it won Best Supporting Actor for Gene Hackman.
Right.
And it won Best Film Editing. This was the first Clint Eastwood movie I ever saw.
Really? Mm-hmm. But you've seen many since then.
I've seen a bunch since then, yeah. This is the movie I remember him for.
He was great.
First, which is he'd started to slow down at this point.
Yeah. And he looked his age, but it was perfect for this role.
We talked about this briefly when we talked about Tombstone. How I said that like the '90s were like this period where they were trying to take back the Western.
Yeah.
I didn't grow up with Clint Eastwood as a young cowboy.
Right.
I'd never seen any of his earlier work, and I really wasn't a fan of Westerns to begin with.
Yeah.
This was the movie that changed.
Westerns were a little different in the '90s.
This is the movie that made me give Westerns another try.
Yeah. No, good. I'm glad.
I felt like the movie didn't talk down to me. I felt like it didn't act like there were good guys and bad guys. I felt like such a real depiction of characters and archetypes that I'd seen done. John Wayne, and like those guys, the way that John Ford did those movies. I'd seen that stuff done. I'd never seen it done in a way that stopped. Stop romanticizing, I guess.
Yeah, no, that's a good word. Yeah, I was thinking of mythologizing them. Like, making them bigger than life.
I've seen several since, and we've talked in the past. Like there were Westerns from the '60s that had like those guys.
More gritty.
Liberty Valance is a great example.
Right.
But this was the first one I saw. I think I was like 15 or 16 when I saw this. I remember thinking like, this is very good. I was
what was so good about it too was that it explained a lot of the old myths. Like because you've seen so many. Well, maybe if you hadn't seen so many Clint Eastwood films before this, viewers would say, how are they not hitting him? How are they not killing this guy? How's he walking down the street not getting shot? And that was always a complaint about a lot of these Western films. But this movie really kind of answered that even, about how Clint Eastwood himself, he says, it takes a lot to kill a man. When you shoot him, you're going to take away all he ever had and all he's ever going to be. And you could see that, how people pull their shots, even as he's walking right there in the bar and they're about to shoot him dead to rights and then they miss. And, they're almost missing on purpose, because it's hard to shoot a man. And Gene Hackman as
he's great
Little
in
Bill.
I love him in
He deserved it. He was great in that.
I've
very
never
subtle,
seen a bad Gene
evil
Hackman.
villain, He was so good in it.
Even
his final words, like, what did he say? Like, I didn't deserve this.
It's been a minute since I saw
Yeah,
it.
And then Clint Eastwood says, deserves got nothing to do with it. He's like, I was building a house.
I enjoy too, like in hindsight, working my way back through Clint Eastwood's career.
Yeah.
Going back to like the Man with No Name movies and everything.
Right.
it's interesting to kind of track his progress both forward and backward because I've seen stuff he's directed since as well.
Right.
Clint Eastwood's one of those guys in Hollywood I just respect.
Yeah.
And I think this was like the first movie. This was my first of his, and this is the one I always think of when I think of him as both an actor and a director.
Right. It's funny too because we mentioned it before, but I forget which director we're talking about. But you just see he puts so much care into it. Mm-hmm. Like he really loves film.
Yeah,
you know?
I respect him a lot. Yeah, he really knows what he's doing.
Yeah, he does. Yeah. And that comes across.
Yes.
And it's enjoyable to watch someone who really cares about film.
Do you have any other picks for the 90s?
No, I don't.
We both skipped Titanic.
Yeah, of course, yeah. I didn't. I'm always sort of a rebel when it comes to, like, when everyone runs to go do something, I usually will run the other way. And people were making such a big deal about Titanic that I was really reluctant to even watch it. But I figured I was writing a lot of stuff about films back then, too. And I said, well, I can't really write that I don't like it without even seeing it. But I saw it, and I was like, I don't get it. And I know we've disagreed about this, too, but I felt the same way with Forrest Gump. I think you still like it. Okay. Yeah, but I liked it at the time, and I looked at it since. I'm like, what were we all thinking?
I feel more strongly about Apollo 13, which I know you don't care for as much as I do.
Right.
I care strongly about Apollo 13.
Do you?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I don't know why. I feel like sometimes we get caught up in a film because it's so big, and everyone's saying you got to go see it. Mm-hmm. And I felt that way with Titanic. I just said, I like some of the earlier. You've seen maybe some of the earlier versions, the black and whites.
Titanic?
Night to Remember and Titanic.
Actually, I'm not gonna lie. I haven't seen much.
You haven't seen them?
No, I researched the Titanic.
Yeah.
Because I think it's
the actual Titanic.
Yeah, like I actually researched the event because I'm like, that's interesting that happened. How did we get there?
Right.
And I don't care for Kate Winslet or Leonardo DiCaprio.
Yeah.
So I never really had much interest in the movie.
Yeah, I felt the same way, honestly, and I didn't even like Billy Zane. Was it Billy Zane?
Is that who that is? That really?
Was he the guy who was like the coward? He's trying to get into the lifeboat.
All I know is that I totally just lost his name, which is terrible. Oh no, Bernard Hill. Théoden from Lord of the Rings is in it, and that's the only other thing he's in.
Yeah,
ever.
Yeah.
Rest in peace.
Yeah, I liked Bill Paxton.
I love Bill Paxton. I'll do anything for
I
Bill
wish
Paxton.
he was in it more. Yeah, I like him. But I think the older films, A Night to Remember, and there's another one called Titanic, and I think both of those I thought were better. Mm-hmm. Shorter, tighter, better. I
admire James Cameron's attention to detail.
Yeah.
And the lengths to which he went.
Yeah.
I will say
and that. And he did. He went to great lengths. So I give him credit for that. Yeah.
Anyway, Titanic's not on either of our lists, so that's enough of that.
Yeah, enough of that. We shouldn't be talking about that at all.
My last one is a twofer.
Okay. Oh, okay.
And it's early 2000s. Yours is the early 2000s as well, is it not? Is
that
your last? Mid?
2006.
Okay. Do you want me to go first, or do you want to go first?
Yeah, you can go first.
I put Fellowship and Return of the King. Lord of the Rings.
Good choices.
Fellowship of the Ring.
Yeah.
These movies are in my bones.
Wait, which ones?
Fellowship of the Ring.
And Return of the
King.
Oh, okay,
the Two Towers did not win.
Right.
Which is a travesty.
Right. They all three could have
won. So Fellowship of the Ring won Best Picture.
Yep.
I think.
And then I don't think it did.
Oh, no, it didn't.
No, it didn't.
Did I lie?
No, Return of the King won.
Return of the King won. Okay,
yeah,
so
that's the only one that won. So you can put them all three in there.
I'll put all three because they all deserved it.
Yeah, they all did.
Okay, but let's talk about Return of the King.
Yeah. That was the final.
Yes. Yeah. Those movies are like I said, they're built into me. Mm-hmm. I was watching those and Star Wars before I really knew movies.
Yeah.
So and they made such a compelling world for anybody to.
Well, yeah, it's not just because you were a kid.
No, they're so well done.
They really are. Yeah.
I will say, so the Academy Awards, Return of the King won 11.
Right.
It was nominated for everything. It won everything, and it was nominated for.
The last one to do that.
Yep, and it like we mentioned, it shared the record for highest Academy Awards with Titanic and Ben-Hur.
Right.
And every element of this film, I think, is just phenomenal start to finish. I'm one of the people who thinks that Sean Astin should have been nominated for Best Actor.
I wouldn't disagree. He's really good in it.
Him and Viggo Mortensen are both.
Oh, Viggo Mortensen's great also.
So there's no bad performance.
But what do you think about Elijah Wood? I thought he was really good too.
Who?
Elijah Wood.
I know, I'm kidding. Oh. No, Elijah
Wood's you actually made me think, like, wait, am I getting his name wrong?
No, he's
Ooh,
fine.
That was scary.
Oh, he's good. There's no bad performance in this movie. That's the problem.
But I really did like Sean Astin, only because he was so steady.
He's great.
Like and I hate to say it because it's actually really good acting, but I didn't like Elijah Wood because he kind of went back and forth with the ring,
he does.
But the steady center of it really was Sean Astin.
Yeah, Sam's the best.
Sam was. Yeah.
There's so many layers in this.
But
movie.
there's no bad performances
nothing
in any
across
part.
the board. We even talk every time we watch it. We talk about
Christopher Lee. Even?
Christopher Lee's great. He's not in it. He's actually not in the theatrical cut at all.
Oh, really?
No, he's only in the extended edition. They cut his scenes out for theatrical.
Wow. Mm-hmm. That's kind of shocking.
But Brad Dourif is in it, and he's great.
He's great in it.
Again, only for a handful.
Probably
of
one of his best roles since Cuckoo's Nest.
When I watched Cuckoo's Nest, I'd already known these for so long that when I watched Cuckoo's Nest, I was having such a hard time.
Oh, I'm sure. Yeah.
There even like little bit parts like we were talking. Carl Urban is young in this. He's only in this for maybe 15 minutes. He is gunning it so hard. Everyone is so committed to the performance.
And the women too. Liv Tyler
and Miranda Otto is great too.
Yeah.
Kate Blanchett's great, obviously.
Right. Yeah.
Everyone in this is so committed to this movie.
Yeah, again, like they say, there's no small parts, only small actors. No matter how small their parts were, each scene is sort of enthralling.
And it's beautiful. The score is fantastic.
The score is great.
And you're living in that world for the entire time you're there.
Completely created that world.
Peter Jackson
filmed in New Zealand.
Yes. Yeah. The work that he did, that his crew did, because there are so many people who were involved on that. The behind the scenes featurettes on the extended edition of those films made me interested in how movies are made, because I've never seen those. You have to. On the DVDs. I watched the stuff on like how they built Minas Tirith and how they filmed the battle sequences and the training that
those are phenomenal.
Everything that was in this movie is such a labor of time and love.
And you can see that again.
It's amazing.
And I think maybe that's maybe what these all have in common, is that all these films, you feel the love and the care that went into them. Like we talked about Frank Capra.
Yeah.
Like, he loved his characters. He loved maybe didn't love all the actors. I don't even know if he got along with Clark Gable initially. But they love the film, and they love film, period. You know, and it's hard not to like something. Even when someone's telling a story, when they're really into the story, you feel that. It's like a magnetism. You feel drawn to the story, even if you don't know it and you don't really care about it. It's the telling.
Sometimes you can really tell when somebody's passionate about what they're talking about.
Yeah, exactly. Yep, and that comes through, and that makes you care about it, I think.
I could talk about Lord of the Rings for an hour and a half on end with no break.
Right.
My sister can go for longer. But I know you have the last spot on the list.
Yes. Okay, so the last one on... And it's kind of sad to say, right? Because the last film, that was 2003, Return of the King, right? So mine's from 2006. And honestly, I did look at everything since then, and I couldn't pick any. I mean, there are some that were okay.
I only watched one winner from the 2010, so I didn't feel fair picking.
And was that Parasite?
I was one when I saw it was Parasite.
Yeah, right.
Which I liked.
It's not bad, right? It's not a bad film. But I wouldn't even call it one of the best picture winners. So I didn't even go beyond 2006, which is a really sad statement about film, I think, really. 2 years after this one was The Hurt Locker, which I didn't mind, but it was the lowest grossing, best picture winner. So my pick was The Departed.
That's phenomenal.
It's a great film, unbelievable film. Martin Scorsese finally won, and I thought, he was one of those guys a lot of people thought maybe should have won earlier. I don't think this was a gimme, though. Like we talked about some of those others. He definitely earned it. This was a great film. From the very beginning, when you hear Give Me Shelter by the Rolling Stones, which he used in 2 other films. He likes using that film. He likes using that song.
What are the other ones?
I don't remember right now.
As it's occurring to me that I haven't seen that much Scorsese.
Yeah, maybe, yeah. They weren't big films as big either, but he used it in 2 other films.
I'll look.
Yeah, look that up real quick, too. But I don't know if people know this either. It might shock some people, but it's also the first remake to win Best Picture.
Yeah, I didn't know that.
Yeah, and Scorsese, to his credit...
It wasn't Goodfellas and Casino.
Oh, okay, yeah, no, big films, yeah.
I'm a clown.
Yeah, wow.
I haven't seen Goodfellas.
I knew he had used it in a few films, but
anyway.
But it's great. It sets up that whole, as they're scanning over Boston, it's a great song.
Everybody remembers, nuts. The one by the Dropkick Murphys.
Yeah, Shipping Up to Boston, which is also great, from that film. So the music selection was great also, as an aside.
Great cast.
But it was a remake of an Asian film called Infernal Affairs. And I give Martin Scorsese credit because he purposely didn't want to watch that film. He didn't even know, supposedly, when he was hired to direct this film.
That's crazy.
Yeah, so I give him credit for that. It's not like a direct ripoff. But, of course, it features Leonardo DiCaprio, Matt Damon, Jack Nicholson, Martin Sheen, Alec Baldwin, Mark Wahlberg. And I just read there's roughly half of the $90 million budget went to the actors' salaries.
I bet. Do you know how much Jack Nicholson costs?
Oh, I know. And they're all pretty big stars.
Yeah.
And they were all great in it. They really were. I don't know if it means they're really great actors, because Matt Damon I could take or
that
leave.
movie made me realize that I can't tell if you put Brad Pitt, Matt Damon, and Leonardo DiCaprio from around the same age in the same room, I couldn't tell them apart.
Yeah,
to save my life.
And it's funny you mentioned Brad Pitt. Brad Pitt was originally hired to play the part that Leonardo DiCaprio played.
Oh, really?
And then he went on to actually produce the film.
That's crazy.
Because I was watching it and I saw, it says produced by Brad Pitt and other people, but he's part of it. Yeah. I thought the acting was great. I thought Leonardo DiCaprio, now and again, maybe it depends on the director. I've seen Leonardo DiCaprio where I didn't think he was a great actor. Mm-hmm. He's a committed actor, and I'll give him that. Mm-hmm. And he's gotten better. That's the thing too. Like, because like anything else, it's your job, and sometimes you get better at your job the more you do it.
Sure.
And I've seen others who never really got better. Mm-hmm. But he was great in it, Leonardo DiCaprio, and Matt Damon, who I don't like. And he plays such a rat in this film, so I kind of thought, well, maybe he's not really acting.
I actually like Matt Damon in this a lot.
Yeah, he's great in it. I know, but I mean, he plays a rat.
Yeah, he's awful.
And he really is a rat, and you kind of...
That final shot.
Of the rat. Yeah, exactly, yeah.
That was a little on the nose.
Alec Baldwin was great in it. Mark Wahlberg is great in it.
I don't like Alec Baldwin.
I don't either.
Or Mark Wahlberg.
Right, but they're great in it. And Mark Wahlberg is so good in it, too. Like, you love him in this film. I did. Martin Sheen is great in it.
I've seen more Martin Sheen movies in 2025 and into this year than I have in my entire life.
That's funny.
And it occurs to me that he has looked the same for about 30 years.
Yeah, no, he has.
It's pretty impressive.
Yeah. And Ray Winstone is great in it also. And Jack Nicholson, of course, is always great.
He's always great. I've never seen a bad performance. He inhabits that character
so well. Yeah. And it's a great story. Mm-hmm. It really is. It's a great film. Very enjoyable.
Very, very good.
As gritty as it is, and as much as you can enjoy a gritty film.
You got a couple good crime movies on there.
I did. And you know what? It's funny. I just read this today. Martin Scorsese originally was drawn to the plot because it reminded him of... Do you know what it reminded him of?
No.
A James Cagney film, White Heat.
I haven't seen it.
Oh, you haven't seen it?
No,
oh, you got to watch that. Oh, you got to work. Yeah, we have to do that one time. But when I read that, I thought, oh, yeah, I could see that too. Because White Heat, there's a guy who's in James Cagney's gang that's also an undercover cop.
Okay.
So you can see the sort of parallel there too. But I was glad that he was drawn to it because it reminded him of another great film.
That's cool.
Yeah. We may have to do White Heat sometime too.
I do think it's interesting too because so there's a lot of controversy around the Oscars, and there has been over the past several years about, hey, the stuff's getting nominated and people don't like it or it's not good.
Yeah, or no one's seeing it.
But there's more and more chatter recently where it's kind of starts swinging back the other way. There's been more films that have been making the nominations list that people have at least seen.
Yeah, well, like you said, even Oppenheimer. That was a long film, and I think that might have hurt it at the box office too, as far as viewership.
Honestly, the publicity that and Barbie got together actually did it pretty, they actually did it pretty well.
Yeah,
I'm not gonna lie.
Barbie was certainly popular.
I didn't see either of them.
Yeah, I didn't either. I'm almost like it's almost like I'm protesting Hollywood now, which is funny. But
this year, Frankenstein's on the ballot. Marty Supreme, one battle after another.
I haven't seen Frankenstein either, but I'm curious.
A lot, and F1 and Sinners are all on the ballot, and there's a couple other that I haven't mentioned yet, but those were all very well performing.
Yeah.
Last year, Wicked got nominated. Dune Part 2 got nominated. But there's A Complete Unknown got nominated. The point is, there's more and more films that are now starting to receive that, at least a nomination.
Yeah, maybe it's starting to swing back.
There are at least people. Yeah, people have at least.
You just can't keep nominating films that no one's seen.
Yeah.
If you want viewership,
credibility. The big complaint people have had with the Academy for a long, long time is that it's filled with people who don't know what people watch anymore.
Right.
And so the hope now is that people are actually starting to pay attention. Hey, what deserves the nomination here? Yeah. Let's actually talk about it.
Right.
I think Dune Part 2 deserved it.
Did it?
Yeah.
I didn't see it.
You got to.
Oh, yeah. Well, I didn't even see Part 1.
Okay, well, start there.
Okay, yeah. And, I think sometimes you do have to go by what people like, you know what I mean? Mm-hmm. Because, not always, obviously, but, if people are all drawn and really enjoying a film, then maybe there's something to it.
Well, in 2022, Everything Everywhere All at Once won, but Avatar The Way of Water was nominated, All Quiet on the Western Front, Elvis, and Top Gun Maverick was nominated.
Oh, yeah.
A lot of those were big tentpole movies that year.
Right, they are, yeah.
So, I didn't have any delusions that Top Gun Maverick was going to win anything, but
right.
The fact that it was even on the ballot was huge.
And you know what? I mean, part of it might be because I meant to look this up also, and I apologize I didn't.
You're okay.
But for a long time, I forget exactly how many, but I think it was 5 films only were nominated for Best Picture every year.
Yeah, it's way bigger now.
It's way bigger, and it was bigger, I think, earlier too. I think it was 10, and then they dropped it to 5, and now it's back to 10. So maybe that's partly why, because they're expanding the nominations list. You have 10 films. You're going to get a couple that people like, whether you want to or not.
That's true.
You're going to get some that people have seen. Terrible. Right, they can't all be terrible.
So I do think that the first time I remember paying attention to the Oscars in general was when Green Book got nominated in 2018.
Right.
And that's when I remember the controversy being at its height. That's when I remember hearing the most people complaining and chattering about it. The way with The Shape of Water won the previous year.
Yeah.
So Moonlighting won it.
Coda, after that. Moonlight, and Spotlight.
Yeah. So
it had mainstream actors, but not a big film either.
The last couple of years, I think we're seeing
Birdman, which I heard was horrible. I wanted to see it because I like Michael Keaton. Did you see it?
That makes me sad. No, I haven't seen it.
I know, and my sister loves Michael Keaton also, and she saw it and she said, "Oh my God, it was the worst film she's ever seen." So I never saw it.
We should nominate him for Batman.
Yeah, something because I like him too. He's a good actor.
I do. Yeah, he's really good. But I do think that we're swinging back, and either way, like that's almost 100 years of the Academy Awards. That's a long time.
Yeah.
We'll see what happens in the next 10, 20.
Yeah.
We'll see what wins this year. Yeah. Let's put a prediction. What do you think is going to win for this
I don't even remember the nominees. You got to tell me.
Let me look up the list.
Ugh. And I have to choose one, huh?
Yeah, pick one. We'll talk about it. Next time we meet, we'll see which one of us won.
So next time we meet, we're going to do we were thinking of maybe doing this. If you guys like, just let us know. It was going to be films that were nominated that didn't win. Films that we think should have won.
I have strong opinions.
Yeah, I do too, and it's an interesting topic. And I told you, I don't remember the title, but I have a book, and I think it's called Alternate Oscars, and it's all about.
Do you want that to be your next one, or do you want to wait for the next Oscar season?
Yeah, we can wait till next Oscar season.
Okay.
Yeah.
2020.
Please don't make us do the Best Picture winner this year.
maybe it'll be good. Let's see. Is it Begonia? Haven't even heard that one.
Don't even know it.
Great.
So I'm not going to choose that. Or maybe I will when I hear the others.
F1.
Yeah, that's not winning. Doesn't appeal to me.
Frankenstein.
No. I haven't seen it.
Hamnet.
I want to see that actually.
Okay.
That came and went. Remember, I think I mentioned it to you. It was at our theater, and then also it was gone the same weekend.
Marty Supreme.
Yeah, didn't see it.
One Battle After Another.
Don't want to see it.
The Secret Agent. Sentimental Value.
Don't even know what they are. That's pretty sad.
Sinners.
Sinners I saw and I didn't care for it at all.
Train Dreams is the last one on the ballot. I'm gonna put in my bet. I'm gonna bet it's One Battle After Another.
You think?
I think that's my vote. That's what I think is gonna win.
Another Leonardo DiCaprio film.
I know. I don't like him very much, but
I know. And I thought the whole plot. It's like, oh my god.
Well, I was wrong because I could have sworn that Killers of the Flower Moon was gonna win.
Yeah, right, and it didn't. No.
You gotta pick one.
I don't want to even ask you to repeat them. I'm gonna try to remember, but I have a feeling it might be Sinners.
Okay.
I just feel like I don't know.
Okay.
The way things are going, I think they're going to give it to that. I don't think it's. I saw it and I
haven't seen.
I was disappointed. I thought it was going to be. I mean, it was getting so much hype. I said I got to check this out. And I love horror.
Yeah.
And it's a horror film, but I don't know. I just wasn't impressed. It just I don't know. I don't see anything. It's not for lack of trying, but look at again. You got Frankenstein. I looked at movies.
The Bride's in now.
The Bride's coming out right. Exactly. It's out now.
I want to see that.
I mean, they might be good and they might be well done, and the effects are certainly better, but. They're also all remakes. I looked at the upcoming releases. You wouldn't believe how many 2s and 3s are behind the titles. I can't believe
me. I believe you.
And again, even The Departed, I thought that was when I saw that at the movies, I said, "Oh wow, this is such a great film." I thought it was an original. I was shocked that it was a remake.
Sorry.
I know, and I'm just very disappointed. So when I saw Sinners, I mean, yeah, it's a different title, different cast, but it's the same story.
Iron Lung was fresh. That was an adaptation. I know you
like
that.
I didn't like that either, though.
I liked Iron Lung.
I still didn't really quite get it. But, I do sometimes give people credit for trying something new.
It was new. It was different.
Yeah, something new. I like that. So even if it's hit or miss. And that's what I liked about M. Night Shyamalan for a while, too. I know. I feel the same way now, too. Especially after he pulled me in to watch that other one with the... What was the one with Josh Hartnett? Was like the movie theater where he's like the killer.
Oh, Trapped.
No,
was that a movie theater? It was a
concert. A concert. You're right. Yeah, I felt so ripped off by that. It seemed like he was just trying to get his daughter like a starring role as a musician, and I wanted to see that. I thought it was gonna be it was so bad.
I could have told you that.
Maybe we should just it'd be funny to do like a Siskel and Ebert thing like each weekend, but we'd have to see every movie that comes out.
I don't want to do that.
I know, and especially now. Ugh.
A lot of,
but I'd like to pan a few movies. I enjoy that.
Sometimes you just gotta watch. Sometimes you just gotta complain about something.
But I liked M. Night Shyamalan initially because I thought, well, you know what, hit or miss. He's doing different things. I liked like The Village. I mentioned. I said, I was a little disappointed when I first saw that, but it was different. And then on second viewing, I liked it more.
You gotta pick a movie.
What do you mean?
You gotta pick.
I said Sinners. I'm gonna go with Sinners.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I do think it's gonna be Sinners. Also, because I don't remember the other ones.
Nice.
F1. I think that's Brad Pitt, right?
I think so.
I don't know anything about it.
There's that. No, because Ferrari was last year. Ford versus Ferrari.
I think there's another one. F1. I think that's Brad Pitt
Ford
in it.
Ferrari.
I keep seeing commercials for it.
And I've been paying attention to
I know. And the other one you said, Begonia. I don't even know what that is. No. Well, that's pretty sad.
Well, we'll see. Next time that we meet, we'll check back and we'll see who was right.
Yeah. Mm.
If any of us.
Yeah.
We could both be right.
And either way, I think everyone loses, even if we win.
We'll see. Maybe we'll be surprised. Maybe Frankenstein will win.
Yeah, I doubt that.
It's not going to.
No.
There's not going to give it to Frankenstein.
Has any other horror film besides Silence of the Lambs won? And I don't even consider that a horror film, but that's considered a horror film.
I don't think so.
The Exorcist was nominated, didn't win. I don't even know if any other horror films have won. Shape of Water? That's not really horror, was it?
No.
Gosh,
I view Gigi as a horror movie. Does that count?
Yeah, that could be.
I
or Geely, the other one
much.
with Ben Affleck and Jennifer, what's her name? Jennifer Lopez. That's a horror film, from what I've heard. Full disclosure, I never saw it.
I haven't either.
Yeah.
Ben Affleck is not a selling point for me, though.
Not for me either, and Jennifer Aniston is not either. I mean, Jennifer Lopez
neither
is
of
not
them.
either. Neither one, honestly, yeah.
Well, that was our countdown for the Oscars. We'll check
Best
in.
of the best. I think they are.
So.
Yeah, I think those are good choices.
It's a pretty good list. We overlapped a little bit.
A little bit, yeah.
Less than I thought we were going to.
Yeah.
But we'll see you guys next time, and we'll check in and see who was right or wrong. But we'll be back next time with, I think, probably back to a normal episode.
Yeah.
As always, thank you guys so much for listening. Let us know if you have any
suggestions.
Yeah, suggestions, recommendations, anything you want to see or hear from us. And we'll see you guys at the movies.
Yeah.
Are we allowed to say that?
We'll find out.
That's good.
All right.
See you guys in the next one.
All right.